Hello students, welcome to today's session. This is Sweta Ma'am, English Master Teacher at Vedantu. Today we will be covering a very beautiful poem, A Legend of the Northland from your CBSE Class 9 book. So before starting off with the poem, let me first tell you that this poem is very significant in our daily lives and the message that this poem conveys. Please try to concentrate on the message. Okay, don't think about whether this story which is mentioned in the poem, because the poem mentions a story, right? Legend is a story. I will talk about all those, what is a legend and what it is all about. But don't think that, don't try to weigh upon its truthfulness. What is important here is we have to understand the message that the poem is trying to convey. All right, guys. So with this thought in our mind, let us proceed with the session. A Legend of the Northland. So from the title itself, it's quite evident that this poem is going to concentrate on a place called Northland. Now, where is this place? What about a legend regarding Northland? The word legend immediately arises in our mind. Beautiful stories, right? Folk tales, right? So let us study one today and let us see what it is trying to tell us. This is a poem by Phoebe Carey. She was an American poet and the younger sister of Alice Carey, right? And these sisters together published poems in 1849, and then each of them went to publish poems of their own. After their deaths in 1871, joint anthologies of the sisters, unpublished poems were also compiled. This was all about the poet. I hope you have understood and it's absolutely clear to you. Now, moving ahead with the poem, but before, so today this is a long poem, right? It has 16 stanzas. So we will be concentrating only on the first 8 stanzas today. And in the next session, we will be completing the poem along with the important thematic concerns, poetic devices, and all important question answers. So let me share a beautiful quote which is quite relevant to this poem that we are going to study today further. That is, as long as greed is stronger than compassion, there will always be suffering. Okay. So greed is actually a sin in Christianity, right? So greed, if we are, and why is it a sin? Because greed is the necessary, it's the cause of all the evil. Okay, so the more it is, the more greed is, even if it grows more than compassion, then the result would be suffering. Let's see how this quote matches up with the poem that we are going to study today. All right, so a short introduction to the poem. So as I told you that this is a ballad. Now, what is a ballad? Ballad is a kind of poem that tells short stories, right? Tells a story in short stanzas. This is a poem definitely, but it is going to narrate to you a story. Okay, so and it comprises of 4 lines. Now, ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture. Now, what is this folk culture or popular culture? Folk story is a story of any area. Folk culture is the story of any area, and is known as ballad. And folk culture comprises of traditional stories. Usually, what happens is, you must have, when you was little kids, you must have heard so many fables, so many stories, so many folk tales, right? So they are all transmitted orally from generation to generation, and this is a very traditional form, and it's a very popular one as well. Now, the story is of Northland area, as the title itself suggests. Now, this area is near North Pole. Now, this exact place is not specified, but Northland means what? Northland means the area in the northernmost part of the earth, that is near North Pole. Now, you know what is the climatic condition in the 2 poles. From your social science, from your geography, already you know this thing, right? That North Poles do not receive direct rays of sunlight, direct sun rays, so therefore the temperature conditions are very severe over there, right? And along with temperature, what happens is the day and night condition, right? So nights are very long because the sun is receiving, I mean, sun is giving slanting rays. So the equatorial region where the earth receives the, the straight rays of the sun, that is the region where the days are longer. But as you go up or go down near the poles, the days become shorter and nights become very long. Okay. And legend means a historical story, one which is very old and has been passed from generation to generation. Okay. So this is a kind of legend. So legend of the Northland. So what is legend? It's a historical story. That means it has been said in the history, transmitted from generation to generation. So legend, folk tale, ballad, they are all, almost related to each other. Alright guys, so now we will be beginning with the very first stanza, which talks about the region of North Pole, and that is the area, Northland area, where, as I told you about the severe condition, climatic condition. So the poem mentioned that when this area is experiencing the winter time, the duration of the night is very long and the daytime, the day hours are very short. So uh, in the line 4 of the poem, they refers to the people who live in this region. Okay. Now the poet says that because of this long duration of night, so this duration of night is so long that people cannot sleep through the whole night, right? Because of course it's too long. So you cannot sleep so much. Okay. So if they go to bed, take a few hours of sleep, and then wake up again, they will feel that it is night because the sun, I mean, the earth does not receive its sun rays till then, right? So that is very important. This is the climatic condition and this is the day and night situation of the North Pole. Isn't that amazing, guys? So think about you, North Pole. North Pole is associated with so many imaginary situations, right? So many fantasies. North Pole, when I say North Pole, you immediately associate with Santa Claus. You immediately associate yourselves with reindeers, right? So this is a place which is of great interest for all of us, great curiosity for all of us, right? So with this, let us proceed further. So as I mentioned, Santa Claus and reindeers. So see, here we are with Santa Claus and reindeers. So the Northland region experiences severe cold condition, and of course it is a snowy area because of course the weather, the temperature is very less over there. The reindeer is found in this region. People tie the reindeer to the sledges, and then you can see how the reindeers are pulling the sledges, and children look like young ones of a bear because they wear funny looking clothes made of fur, which is like the furry skin of a bear. So children, because of extreme weather conditions, of course, they will wear thick clothes and furry clothes to protect them from the cold. And these children, they look like bear. Okay, just as a bear has furry skin, because of course bears also live in cold regions, so they need to protect themselves from the cold. So therefore, God has made them like that with huge fur. So the children also in those countries wear those furry coats, and they resemble the furry skin of a bear. Now, before proceeding further, guys, a gentle reminder to all of you. So, we have conducted a survey and we have come across this situation where you are facing so many problems in when it comes to teaching learning. The first problem that you face is doubts. You have so many doubts and no proper channel to solve all your doubts. So, it remains with you and it becomes a hurdle to you, right? Notes, unavailability of notes becomes the second important problem that you face. Test and assignments, competitive exams, choice of schedule, choice of language. These are the problems that usually children face, and we have come up with a very good solution to all your problems in our platform. Doubts, no longer it will pile up for you because your doubts will be solved in the class, in live session, with the help of the class teachers as well as master teachers. So live interaction, live solution of your doubts. So you are not going to carry your doubts anymore with you. Notes which you do not get, you will be getting in our session after, in our platform after each and every session, along with assignments. Tests, We also conduct and we also give you the performance report so that you can analyze where you stand. Apart from this, we also take care of various Olympiads and other competitive exams, and all these in your selected time period in your choice of language. What else, guys? And we this does not stop here, guys. We also have some amazing bonus features like micro course, crash course. Now, what is this micro course? It is going to give you chapter wise course. So, if you have any problem in any chapter, you can take the micro course pertaining to that particular chapter, and your problem will be chumantar. Again, it is going to be solved. Right, so performance report, as I already told you, and the most important thing which the children right now want is personalized attention. That is possible only and only in our platform, guys. So you can solve all your doubts, you can learn from your teachers live. So we have 50 plus live courses which you can avail. We have 200 plus mock test papers which you can solve, and that is going to make your revision complete, because revision, proper guidance, and live classes, these are the pillars or stepping stones. And these are going to help you in scoring your best possible, I mean whatever you're utilizing your full potential. Right, guys? So, what you need to do is just visit the link in the description box and pin comment. Choose your grade, choose your board like 9 CBSE, and check out the details. I have already mentioned. If you're satisfied with it, then click on get subscription. You have three types of subscription: 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Recommended would be 6 month subscription, because there you end up paying less than what you pay for each month. Right, so cost effective would be 6 month subscription, and if you use the coupon code SWREPRO, you're going to get 20% discount, guys. So this is the discount price. This is the discount price after applying the coupon code. You no longer have to pay this, right? So you are getting 20% off. Do not forget to apply the coupon code SWREPRO. Resuming our section, guys, what happens in stanza 3? In the first line of stanza 3, they refers to the parents or elders, and them refers to the children. That means parents are telling something to the children. Now, what are they saying? The elders of Northland region tell a strange and interesting story. So, as I told you, that legend is a story which is narrated orally, transmitted orally, and it also has historical significance, right? Now, what is this story? The poet says he doesn't think that the story is true. As before starting the session, only I said that do not try to weigh the truthfulness of the story that the poem is going to tell you, but understand its message, because the most important thing in a ballad or in a legend is the motive is to to make you understand the message of the poem, okay, message of the story, right? The focus should not be in the truthfulness or the validity, okay? The focus should be in the message that the story or the poem is trying to convey here in legends, right? So the story gives an important message, right? Now, first of all, you tell me, guys, whatever you have understood till now. Of course, you have understood what is a legend and why is this called a legend. Okay, so quickly tell me in the chat box what is a legend and why is it called a legend. Next is the story is about Saint Peter. Now, when Saint Peter used to live in the world and went around giving religious lectures, then an incident happened. Now, what was this incident? I hope you have understood about Saint Peter. He used to give religious lectures and he used to travel to places, right? Now, what happened was he was moving around the world giving religious lectures. He reached the door of a cottage where a woman was making cakes. Okay, so she was baking cakes in a fireplace. Now, as Saint Peter had not eaten anything throughout the day, he was very hungry, and he was also feeling very weak, feeble. So he went to this woman who was making cake, and he asked him for one cake out of the many that she had already baked. Now, what did that woman do? First, before moving ahead with the part of the woman, what did the woman do? Let us not now decide and see. Before that, suppose you are in place of the woman. What would you have done if Saint Peter or anybody would have come asking you for a piece of cake? One who's tired, hungry, and not, I mean, you can make out from the face itself, right? And asking you for a piece of cake. What would you have done at that position? To mention in the chat box quickly. Moving ahead, now let us see what this girl did, what this woman did. Before moving ahead with the session, again a question for you. Who came to the woman's house and what did he ask for? Quickly tell me in the chat box. Okay, moving ahead. The woman was selfish. She did not give she did not give any cake from her store. What did she do? She started making a very small cake because she felt that, oh my god, all the cakes which I have in store with me, they are very big. I should not give the big piece to the saint. Let me make a very small piece and then give it. Okay. So she was very miser, conjuice. Okay. So she did not want to share her things, right? So what did she do? She started baking another cake, but when she put the cake for baking, she again looked at it and she again felt that no, even this cake was very big. So the point is, whatever when she was trying to give away, like when you this happens with this happens with a lot of people. When it is for their consumption, they think that it is very small. But the moment they try to give or share with someone else, they always find the piece very big. Same thing happened with the woman, right? So whenever the woman tried to give a piece of cake to the Saint Peter, every piece seemed too large to be given away. Now this is what? This is greed, this is selfishness. Alright? The little miser woman thought that the cake was too big to be given away and again started to make even smaller, the cake even smaller. And again she felt that whenever she had, put the cake inside the bakery, she felt that again it is bigger than the previous one. So she was not ready to give even a small piece of cake because she felt that even a small piece was too big to be given away to Saint Peter. Alright guys, so that was till stanza 8, and in the next session we will see what happens finally. Does she finally give Saint Peter a piece of cake or she could not? And what happened as a result? What was the reaction of Saint Peter? Right? Okay, guys. So before ending, I would like to announce that we Vedantu students here have bagged top ranks in IIT JEE, and this has been the best results amongst all online classes. These are our super scorers. Let us together join hands and celebrate the success of these wonderful kids out there. And they also are a motivation for all of us because we all are winners and we all can do our best. The only thing which we require is the guidance, the proper revision, and the proper structure, and a proper doubt clearing, proper notes. So these hurdles, the moment we remove all these hurdles, we can definitely clear our path towards success, right guys? And this is the homework question which I want all of you to answer in the comment section. Don't forget to visit the link and given in the description box and pinned comment. These are the steps that you need to follow. There are 3 types of subscription. Most recommended, I said, would be the 6-month subscription because you end up paying less. And don't forget about the coupon code SWREPRO, which is going to give you 20% discount. Thank you so much for watching. Do hit the like button. If you still haven't subscribed to this, then please do subscribe. Okay, please do share your love. We need your love and support for this channel as well. You have always been supportive towards us. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. See you again in the next class.